Alright, let's just carry on. Oh my god. Kissy, that's my voice. You dumb bitch. Fucking dog's an idiot. It's like, oh my god, I heard my owner's voice. What could this mean? Wait, where the hell are we? Oh, there's stairs there.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
By the way...
Oh shit, I took damage!
Reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game.
I mean...
It's like you're on a game show. At least, don't thank him for it.
No, I want to be polite.
Don't mention it. But also, don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course.
Oh yeah, like, this isn't going to influence me at all. I am not accepting this as a bribe.
Now, I'd like to set your mind...
This was a gift.
Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Officer.
Oh, I have to fail this. Okay.
God,
yeah.
You're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, Don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is, I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. Maybe I can help you out. I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry...
Alright, he's a dick, but he's kind of funny.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder.
How did I fucking fail that? It was 72%.
Harry, I just know the things that matter to our friendship, and I want you to feel free to ask me about those things. It's Harry. Harry Dubois. And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you? Oh, Harry. You are the most regular, traditional, by-the-book law official imaginable. Now that is funky, Harry. You are a colourful fellow. Not a boring stiff like this deceitful folder here implies. Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry. Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry? That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me, but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Of course, yes.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next
I feel it's worth pursuing at least a little bit.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's
Oh, that
an
guy.
agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body and a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
I feel I want to get him on our side a bit before we start fucking about with him. You know, I'm going to ask him this shit, maybe, but...
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Yeah, we spoke to him. We've been up there. Oh, have I gone all the way? Okay. Oh, more change I missed. I know that comically oversized check is going to be fake, but I kind of want to use it.
Arresting control. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
What have I done?
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. No reply.
Okay. Wait, hang on. My rhetoric is 5 and... Okay. Wait, how do you... I'm getting through. I wonder how you get in here without what I just did, though, because... Remember, I had to knock out that guy and then press the button, but if you can't do that, how do you get here? Interesting.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic. Our personal dynamic has changed. A little. So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
This is very interesting. I wonder what this is going to lead to. Oh no, nearly finished the first day.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Go down. Get down.
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying.
Now, I just want to know, that checks is like comically over large, so is it bollocks? But
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? You must be joking, right? You come here.
Yeah, I knew it.
The novelty check. This isn't a game show. I'm not going to accept it. You owe me cold, hard money. I want to see that money in the palm of my hand. Every single cent.
You can cash it in at the local frit near the harbor gate, though it might not be enough to cover it.
The local near. Oh,
Like what?
oh, I can.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by supplying you with cash. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
That's good to know. We'll leave it for now, because I have stuff, and I really would like to save my money.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
By the way, Kipt is a racial slur. You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot has got you in a chokehold!
Kuno's not fucking choking. Like fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying Kipt forever now. Kipt, Kipt, Kipt. Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit. Shoot that shit at Kuno, piggo naught. The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck out of here.
Trying to fuck on Kuno! Fuck out of here!
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates. Yeah, cock in boots. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You're testing Kuno.
Get lost!
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique too.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Oh shit, the body.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Unfortunately, no. And hygienically? Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes.
That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings.
Ah, how fucking rude. Just because he's dead. Like,
box
peace.
says,
KK57 dash 0803 dot 0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Next, NA. Next, NA. Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
No, we will listen to Kim. Oh, but we succeeded, I guess.
He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive skin, from the Isola of Windy. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None. At least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbat puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else.
There is so much fucking dialogue that they had to record. It's unreal. I fucking salute it. It's great.
The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Hmm. Oh, I don't know what to level up. Hmm. Oh, fuck it. Hey, Red, you right?
Hey, you know. You know.
Hang on. Let me just,
How about you? You are at home again?
Yeah, I'm off. I'm in tomorrow.
Hmm.
Let me, put Disco Elysium on so you can see it.
Yes.
There you go.
Did you figure out who did it?
No.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodin, I think.
Well, I've mainly just sort of been making acquaintances with people around the town.
See, it's happening.
Babrodin, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number.
It took us forever to get the body down, like I've only just done it.
100, not 100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical.
Good thing getting it down
is
is easy,
purposefully
getting it
conceived
up.
by the designer. Tattoos.
Actually, they actually made a point that it wasn't. Because they could throw the noose up easy, but getting it down meant they somehow had to get up there.
Ah.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
The spine is bent more than the lieutenant compensated for. This buster's actual height is about 1.85. And no, you could not take him straight on.
Okay.
Of course, I undercompensated. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stone thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. Doesn't know what you're talking about.
I fucking nailed that dead body, he says.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Yeah, but Kuno's pretty strong, you know. No, I need to play down Kuno because he's a bitch.
Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference
Oh,
of his
no.
neck, swelling over the
Well.
edges like white bread, rising from the yeast. After some deliberation,
Thank fuck.
you sink the cutters into
Right, so I failed like 72% chance like success rates like 4 times. So I'm like, and I've succeeded like 20% once. So I'm just like, this is just like, even when you hedge your bets, this is just like a fucking random thing.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut, and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact. Genitalia...
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
The dead man's penis is average
My
size,
God.
congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath.
This is
The
very
genitalia
important. We
is
needed to
greenish.
really know this.
Marbling is present around the crotch. You should touch it.
No.
Back is symmetrical.
No.
Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
We have a real museum here. Battles, wars, last item, hands. Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
The fish lips stay silent in response. You must be losing your mind, asking him that over and over.
I told you, he is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build. Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement. to hear the
The
moral
dead man's
of
very
the
excited.
story.
Yeah, sure.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth.
Are you off today then, Red, or are you working morning or...
I will have to drive off in like an hour.
That's fair.
Reminds me, I wanted to send my CV to that company.
Yes.
The lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat.
Send it
and
via
orders
carrier
the
pigeon.
sergeant
It'll either
to
get there,
a rotten
or it'll come back to
slab
Britain,
erupts
because that's
from
where they all
below.
went in World War II.
Purge
And
fluid
in which case, I'll finally learn your real name, ignoring the fact that I'm already friends with you on Facebook. But apart from that...
The hyoid bone is fractured.
I mean, you are kinda halfway through knowing and not knowing my name, considering you have no idea how to pronounce it.
What, Wojtek?
You do, but kinda.
I remember when I first said it, you were like, "Oh shit!" You kind of like you were like very close for saying that I'm not from that part of the world. You were like, "Okay." I don't know your last name off by heart. Well, just go with Fred.
He's really doing it. The dead man's teeth cut into his gloved hands.
So canonically, Red Vector's real name is Wojtek Fred. Let's add it to the wiki.
Oral cavity shows no lesions.
I never want to hear that again.
Dental implants.
All right, Mr. Fred, calm down.
Kill yourself.
The lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's
Would be fucking funny if the wouldn't really be funny, but you know what I mean. If the bots pick up on me telling you to do the thing.
You've said it loads of times on stream. It should be fine.
hard. Once
True.
more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little.
It's only if we
into
say
your
something
stomach,
directed at a
into
group
your
of people
mouth.
it gets upset about.
Your thought inside.
Yeah, of specific.
Even if it's even if it's us.
Mess of meat.
Yeah.
Because that's why that fucking
Even-
Dead Space fucking video was blocked, was because we said we hate ourselves, but more specifically.
Silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
And not even like genuinely, but criticizing the point.
Yeah, but
What was it? Criticizing the hypocrisy of the system?
Yeah, and then therefore we got done for it, which kind of proves our point.
Mhm.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
But you know, keep in mind all the changes that
Exhibits heavily video.
YouTube allegedly made
Has gathered in
to
hands.
support the small creators, quote unquote.
Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Well, a lot of this is getting back down now because of stuff that's happening in the world. So it's quite funny to see how it's all like the culture wars is swinging a bit.
Gastrointestinal.
Yeah, but
Well, I think it should swing towards the point of indifference. It's a fucking entertainment industry.
mhm.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach.
It's kind of funny how Facebook, the guy Zuckerberg,
What's next on the list?
Yes.
now that Trump won the election, then he wants to pander to the other side.
Well, I kind of respect that a little bit in the sense that it's like he's just a businessman. I mean, I don't respect him, but what I mean is I'm like, well, at least he wasn't ever like, he was more just like, yeah, this is what the administration was. Whereas that's more like trying to keep your business safe rather than you are awful. It's like, it's morally wrong, but, you know, it's Meta is a business. I mean, it's a failing business, but
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and
a lot of them were already moving away slightly, though, even before, because they realized they were losing money, which is funny.
Leave a fourth one.
Yeah.
Which is how it always should be. Like, Hollywood is finally learning it, but they're kind of, like, refusing to admit it, but they're still changing.
It's also taking way too long for them to learn that lesson.
I
The
know,
issue is that
a lot of it is because of, like, a lot of projects are started, like, 2 or 3 years in advance, so we're probably going to have 1 or 2 years of shit still before we kind of get back on track.
yeah.
That seems to be what's happening with Marvel, where this year seems to be the last year of the old regime, and then next year we have to see how they've changed, because they are changing. Just need to see if it's enough. I doubt it will save the MCU, but it'll be interesting to see how it changes. And I'm probably gonna watch the next Avengers movie, not at the cinemas, but I'll probably watch that one. If nothing else, there'll be a shit ton of money put into it, and it might just be fun to watch the ridiculous stuff. But yeah, it's probably gonna be fucking awful.
Most likely. Is it? Where is it gonna come out? Where is it supposed to come out?
Next year, 2026.
Really?
This year,
They
we're meant to have.
didn't set up anything, did they?
No, this year we're meant to have Thunderbolts, and then Fantastic Four, and that's it. There's a few TV shows that no one gives a shit about, you know.
Also that Captain America thingy.
Oh yeah, it's because in my head that's already a failure. So I kind of.
I think the Lion had the funniest take on it, that the Harrison Ford is in it
Yeah,
just because he
Rogue.
wants money. Rogue, yeah.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries.
It was rather funny when we watched Expendables 3. I completely forgot he was in it, and it's because he doesn't do anything. He's just standing around and reading his script every now and then.
I've only seen the first Expendables.
Your opinion,
Yeah.
officer?
That was fun.
I,
It
ge-
was stupid, but it was fun.
I genuinely remember the second movie being the best of them. Upon rewatching it, what was it, 2 weeks ago? It
Agreed.
was so terrible.
Injury. So, the scalp bleeds from a post.
I think everyone said like they got worse and worse, didn't they? Which
The
Mhm.
Makes sense.
I mean, the third one was more than anything, extremely boring.
On the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Sorry.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless
But yeah,
stones
so we
have
got
been
that, and
of a dead
then
man
it was meant
beneath
to
the
be
description of injury. Two boxes.
Avengers Kang Dynasty, but obviously that's changed because of
The guy was fired.
Jonathan Majors was fired because he was convicted of assault and battery. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with that. Like, I'm assuming that they're probably just not gonna ignore Kang, but I guess they're gonna have like maybe him in like a TV show to quietly push him off to the side. Do you know what I mean? They'll like recast him with like John Boyega or something, and then be like, "It's the final movie. Oh no, all the Kangs are dead. Moving on." Which is probably for the best, because Kang fucking sucked. Like, all 3 versions of him were terrible.
I think I've only seen one version, the one in Ant-Man,
Yeah,
and that was fucking lame.
there was one in Loki.
I didn't watch that with you guys, I was at work.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's the Ant-Man, and then there was one in Loki season 2, which I didn't watch myself, but I saw a lot of clips of like that character being annoying as shit.
Right. Next. A dark red
And then
Completely forgot there was Loki season 2.
I think most people did. Unfortunately, I heard that season 2 was slightly less terrible than season 1, but like people are already like, I think it was like the premiere had like 40% fewer viewers, which makes sense to me. Not even because of Loki, even though that was bad, but because everything else was shit. So people's like interest in Marvel's just gone, hasn't it? Like,
it also has been around for close to 20 years, 18 years.
Here's the thing though, I still don't buy into the like superhero fatigue argument. I think if the movies were still like mostly like okay to good, it would probably have another decade in it. Even if it wasn't as popular, like, they would still be profitable. But they've really killed it. This is why, like, I'm interested to see what happens with this DC universe, because I'm like, even if it's good, I don't know how people are going to care, because obviously, you know.
The ring around his neck is visible.
I mean, at least they've probably had a good break, but maybe that's just in my head, because I didn't watch Aquaman 2 or fucking Blue Beetle, which were the last 2 old Disney DC films.
What was that?
Snyderverse thingy. Well, more like Snyder by association. I completely forgot and Blue Beetle was a thing that happened.
It's not much.
What's that, sorry?
I completely forgotten about Blue Beetle film.
I only remember it because people like said about it, and I keep seeing it occasionally like advertised on Amazon Prime as like, look, get this, it's on sale. I'm like, nah. I've heard it wasn't even bad, but
well, we established
Very well could have been the best DCU movie, but
I think a lot of people were saying that it was okay and probably one of the better ones, but better doesn't. I mean, from the DC movies, what movies did we get that people like said were good? I mean, I know people liked the Suicide Squad, but I fucking hated that movie.
the James Gunn Suicide
Yeah.
Squad? I haven't seen it. I really don't care about it.
There was like one scene in that film that I liked, and the rest of it I was like bored or found tedious.
Oh yeah, well done, Master.
I guess Shazam wasn't completely unwatchable, but
Oh yeah, the first Shazam was fine.
I need a copy of that autopsy form.
I wouldn't call it terrible, but I didn't really care for it.
But that's why I meant like it was fine. Like I liked it, but it wasn't a movie that I was like,
And then they made a second one, and
yeah, I didn't see
nobody
that.
saw it.
Yeah. I mean, we saw The Flash, but we kind of only saw that because of how.
Because you felt like it.
Yeah, but I
Let's be
mean,
honest.
even
Ironically, I know.
with that, I mean, I was intrigued, but it was more with how much shit we heard from behind the scenes. I was like, let's find it, and then we ended up being like, this wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. It was like a 3 instead of a 2 out of 10.
I mean, I hated it about as much as I expected. But that's because I find Ezra Miller to be unredeemed, god-awful cringe.
I think a lot of that DC stuff. It's like how Batman vs Superman had some really fun scenes, but that movie as a whole is terrible.
Go ahead, Cobalt.
Like the scenes with Batman and Superman with their ideological struggles was actually pretty cool, but my god, the plot made no fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like you can see like there's some. His thing. It's a bit like how I don't think Zack Snyder is completely talentless, but I'm like he should not be the sole runner of anything. He should be like, well, like, was it seriously that long ago where we had writers and directors as different people?
No, not really. I think the time when I noticed writer and director being the same person was, everyone's favorite, Last Jedi.
Yeah, because like it seems to have become more and more, but this seems to be the main problem. Where I'm like, you should probably get people that are really talented at writing and talented at directing. Like,
then again, Batman v Superman had writer and director different people.
Blue Heart. Oh, that's
Wait, it was?
I am pretty sure it did. If I
just press down
and
fuck it open like you always do.
Dawn of Justice.
Fucking hard.
Maybe English page so it's easier to find. Directed by Zack Snyder, written by Chris Terrio and David S. Goyer.
That's probably why it was slightly better though than the others. Like I said, there were some good scenes.
Also,
was Zack Snyder involved at all with the writing, by the way?
I imagine he was, but
yeah, that's kind of another thing where I feel that's a problem. I feel that Zack Snyder's really good at like the visuals, but nothing else. Here's the thing: I feel that same way about Rian Johnson. Like, because The Last Jedi is the best looking Star Wars movie, but that script is like one of the worst things that most people have ever seen. And it's like, yeah, honestly, if I could give Rian Johnson a movie to direct, I would. But if he was like, can I change this? I'd like fucking hit his hand with a hammer. Like, back! You will stick to the camera work, you fuck!
And just for fun, because the name Chris Terrio sounded familiar. So, his resume: 2016, Dawn of Justice; 2017, Justice League; 2019, Rise of Skywalker; 21, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Ask me more questions. You fucking
And the other guy,
questions.
2013, Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, Terminator Dark Fate.
Look at all of them go.
That movie never stood a chance.
Do you want more questions? Here you go, you loony. Because you have.
I just like the fact that I'm talking to a dead body right now.
The Terrible Moon had separate writer. Directed by Zack Snyder. Screenplay Zack Snyder as the first one. Story by Zack Snyder. Produced by Deborah Snyder. His wife.
The motherfucker.
Yeah. Starring.
Come back later.
Cinematography Zack Snyder. Yeah, we fucking noticed.
Yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dreams.
Could you write me a sick note so that I don't have to go to work?
I can. I just don't think I just don't think it means anything. Like anyone can write a sick note, but it will just be like in crayon.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying.
At some point we really should try it.
I can take care of the rest.
My friend said I'm too ill. Why? He said I speak to him. Only a mentally ill person would do that.
I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, he can hear voices when he has his headphones on.
I mean, all that proves is that he's not deaf, but I think we should look at it more seriously, just in case. You never know.
Just to be sure.
All around you, rain falls on the
Oh,
great
that car
city
sure as fuck packs an engine, doesn't it?
and floods the
I think that's all it has.
washing the filth. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into.
I think I've got to the point in the game where my high intelligence stat is basically getting my guy to think about shit that's irrelevant, and it's still funny to just let him think it. It kind of sends him a bit mad.
A half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
What do you think about this new Superman movie that's coming out? I don't mean like what do you think is going to be like the result of it? Is what I mean.
Coal City, end of all lines.
I can't tell. I genuinely, the looks all right. Some of the set photos look really weird. I really don't like what the Green Lantern looks like. And the guy got there.
Oh, is Green Lantern going to be in it?
Pretty sure he will.
I've not looked into barely anything on this. I've just heard that people's reaction to the trailer has been mostly positive. That's literally all I know.
You shudder, looking down at your.
But I've not even seen the trailer myself.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm really in that phase
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm really in that thing where I'm happy to give it a go, but more in the sense of if I'm told by people it's worth a watch, I might give it a go, but I'm not going to watch it myself unless I hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I might watch it myself when it comes out on streaming or something, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to go to the cinema.
Of the plaza, Capeside apartments, tower blocks crowd one another.
I don't even like the cinema really anyway.
6mm bullets still lodged.
I haven't been to cinema since.
Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a world that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the
I may be wrong, but the last thing I have seen might have been Joker.
The evening.
I went to the cinema twice last year. Wait, no.
Yeah, with Alex and Izzy, I think you mentioned.
No, I think it was once. I think I saw Wonka. I think that was it. And then I've been once this year when I went to see Sonic 3.
A yard. Rain falls.
And again, the only reason I watched that is because I'd seen Sonic 1 and 2 and thought they were really fun.
Mixes with that of damp soil.
So that was more of a... I think if it was like the first Sonic movie... I mean, I didn't see the first Sonic movie in cinemas, so...
A traffic jam.
So I think that...
Rain thrown on the roofs of motor.
The Sonic 3 was fun.
Inside.
I mean, it was really fucking stupid, but that's kind of what I wanted.
The statue of
I mean, it was stupid in that it was a ridiculous premise, is what I mean. Like, the plot was fine. It was, like, perfectly serviceable, but it's just fun. I miss movies when they were just like, let's make a fun movie. Is it good? That's not the point. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Whereas now, they always have to be so... Well, they got so dramatic, but also they were cringe, so it was hilarious. In the bad way.
Yeah, everything needs to be super deep, and...
I mean, I'm fine with things being super deep, as long as they are actually deep.
Well, yeah, but maybe they could be written by someone who
in the shadow of the day
has IQ over room temperature sometimes.
Yeah, like what was like the last movie that actually had like a point that I thought was good? 1917 was probably the last movie I saw that was really...
Oh fuck! I still have yet to see that.
Oh really? Oh, I'll watch that with you. That was a great movie.
Yeah, sure.
It's not perfect. I have issues with that film, but it's really well done. But I won't spoil like anything specific. But kind of a whole point of that movie was that it kind of didn't amount to much anyway, which is kind of sucky. Which is like but it's World War One. Everything was shit.
Yeah, I wanted to say it's World War One, so I imagine that's kind of the point.
Like,
as anticlimactic as it may seem.
Yeah, like the main character's goal is achieved, but like it makes it quite clear that like, oh yeah, but the shit that he stopped is going to happen next week probably anyway. So and you're like, yeah, that was, yeah.
The brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
In the rain swept.
So but that was probably the last one that I saw, and that came out in shit. Was that 2017 or 2018?
I think it was later. Let me take a look.
There's probably been other movies, don't get me wrong, but that was the last one I saw.
Oh, 2019.
2019, okay, yeah. But so that's 6 years ago, though.
Your vision blurs.
And
you wipe your face.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not like a movie buff. I don't see every movie, but like,
making you look up.
I've seen many, like, what people say that, like, remember the amount of people saying that The Last Jedi was deep, and you're like, oh, okay.
Coalition era status.
Yeah, you can't trust them anymore, can you?
I think this is the thing. Cinema's really been ruined by
Will reign
Hollywood. This is why a lot of people like auteur stuff. What was it? What country was it? Oh no, not country. An area. Did you hear about the Philippines? It's just one of the many things they had. But the Philippines, like, Hollywood sales were down by like 50%, but then Philippine movies were up by like 70%. I'm going off memory, so I'm probably wrong, but the point was that Hollywood sales were down, but people watching the Philippine origin movies was way up in their own country, and it's like,
collapsed storm drains, old sewage.
and it's just like people have realized, oh shit, Hollywood doesn't just make good movies. Have I completed Disco Elysium? I have not. This is the first playthrough.
The catacombs for 3 centuries. They delivered the blue-blooded dead.
But Hollywood's reaction from this is that what is it, like, they need to make less movies and they're making too many, rather than the issue of they're making bad movies.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, this is a blind playthrough. The only thing I saw about this game was I watched one review that said it was amazing, and that's why I bought it. What do I have to do now? I need to level up. Which is why, if anyone that sees me plays this game sees my level up points, they're probably going to cringe because I picked the wrong options, almost certainly. However, I feel that is part of the point. Oh yeah, so Red, you missed it basically after, you know, that I tried to hit the child but missed. I put all my points into physical, then I managed to roundhouse kick like the Uber Chad at the gate. It's actually the first and only time I've reloaded, because I hit him and he was stunned, so it was like, you can roundhouse kick or punch him again. I'm like, well, a roundhouse kick is stupid, so I won't do that. I pressed the punch button and he caught the thing. I was like, no, we're not doing that, no. So I reloaded, and then the roundhouse kick worked. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. So I was, because here's the thing, right, because you had the first check and I was like, right, if I fail this, I fail this, but the fact that I succeeded, but then a proper jab to the face failed, but a roundhouse kick that takes like 2 seconds to like wind up was like the roundhouse kick was just like, I was like, this fucking stupid. Why are you guys so early? Max. We don't live in America. It's already
MX.
Nearly lunchtime.
Yeah, I will have to go to work in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Also, that guy was just saying that he feels like we're missing out on the real experience. That's why sometimes I've just stopped and read the dialogue, because I've been reading what's going on. That was like a side thought, which is why I kind of half glossed over it.
Freeze for a second.
Anyway, what should I put my next point into?
I don't know. I wanted to say something stupid, but I honestly have no idea how this game works.
You people say that word all the time. I don't know
could say that word if you really feel like it, but I think Asa wouldn't appreciate it.
What, American? I mean, I know that's a slur now. Actually, that's always been a slur, actually. I fucking love that South Park episode. Do you remember? Have you ever seen it, Red? Where they go like, when they go to the Middle East, and there's like a Middle Eastern version of the South Park kids. It's fucking hilarious. And then they're like, you guys don't understand that the rest of the world hates America. Why do you hate America? Because you don't understand that the world hates America. Fucking love it. It's so funny. And it's kind of true. Like, people are just like, you're so self-righteous. Yeah, but what have we done wrong? And it's like, it's kind of no different than any other country, but everyone's just like, God damn it, this is. I mean,
yeah, but you basically learn that literally everyone is kind of stupid.
I mean, yeah, this is it's just basically because America is the world superpower, So of course their decisions affect a lot of people. Anyway, we won't get onto the topic. It's just funny when it's just like that's the reason. It just makes me laugh. I didn't know that next gen was an insult. Fair enough. Max has taught me so much. All right. What point shall I put in? My guy's pretty reactionary. I don't think we've failed anything for a while though. Red, which one of all the skills stands out to you? I'll just put it into whichever one you decide.
I don't fucking electrochemistry.
That's where you like drugs.
I do. I do.
There we go then.
Okay then.
We did it. We now like drugs even more. Wait, hang on. What did that say? Go to party planet, love and be loved by drugs. Right. Okay. So next thing
Excellent.
I need to do was I needed to talk to Kim.
Yes?
No.
What do you want to know? What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the
Max,
57.
I need to ask you to stop speaking Chinese to me. I ain't
Time
down
to
for that
settle
commie
it.
bullshit, okay? Just saying.
But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is...
I only
most
speak
interested
American
in
with
basic
freedom fries and mentally impaired presidents, okay? That's my jam. Like, that's just, it's just the way it is. I can't change, I'm really sorry. I love eating eagles and having sex with guns. That's right, isn't it, Red? That's what they do, isn't it? That's the...
So he volunteered
That's it,
to
isn't it?
represent the 57.
Red, please.
Are you drunk?
Competitiveness. On the contrary.
Not yet. Can be.
Not yet.
I've had one drink. Oh, by the way, are you insinuating that what I said was ridiculous? That's it. No. Oh.
I mean,
John Goat said that that's wrong. Oh.
not more ridiculous than usual.
Waffle House Trucks and Cores. Oh.
I see.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think that guy might be secretly Canadian. Nothing gets between me and my AK-47 blushes. See, Max has got him. Max has married his gun, and that's why he's a proper Florida person. He has alligator skin boots, and AK on his truck, and
nothing is more American than AK-40. Wait.
Hey, wait a minute.
Then again, that said, a sloth with AR in my locker.
But that's just because you're a man of culture.
I am. Hot take. AK as a platform, as long as you want to use it for serious use, is stupid, useless, painfully outdated.
John has just been like, hang on, that's not even the right kind of gun. and it's like, yeah.
Of course we are trolling. Fucking around.
He's like, hang on a minute. I need an AR-15. Wait, fuck, what? Sorry, I need to Kyle Rittenhouse my way through this. That was an AR-15, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about guns, so I kind of just say stuff for everyone else's amusement.
Quote unquote amusement.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, we are. We're taking the mic. Max is like, I wasn't trolling.
I was. I was painfully serious when I said AK is outdated and useless.
Is it useless?
No, but they, you know.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be like very few things that are still useless. They limit in use, but like a bow and arrow could still be useful in a very specific situation. It's just compared to a gun, it's probably not very efficient.
I mean, what are we talking about? It's about context.
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Red.
I mean, to be fair, in Ukraine there is some recorded usage of bows.
Well, exactly.
Because they are.
But it's a specific use, though, isn't it? You wouldn't.
Yeah, they are using it to launch grenades. I honestly don't know the details. I think it happened. Who knows? Maybe just for lols. Because let's be honest, if you spend 6 months in the trenches, you do some stuff just to
not kill yourself.
Entertain yourself somewhat.
I totally see like a bow and arrow being like useful, but like you said, I think it's just not very, it's not very multi-purpose use.
A tremble comes over you.
Which one?
The bow and arrow. Like I said,
bow and arrow, yeah.
very specific. There could be uses for it. It's just, I can't imagine where compared to like a rifle, it's gonna have,
I don't know. On the front line, I don't think there is any scenario when you when you would want to have anything but a semi-automatic weapon. If someone gave you World War II submachine gun, then honestly you might be fine in certain scenarios.
Well, I still think that you'd probably want an outdated weapon as opposed to no weapon.
Certainly.
Which is very specific, but my point is more like I don't think they have no use. I think it's just as technology goes on, it gets more and more and more limited rather than completely gone. I'm pretty sure somebody that can use a sling would still be better than somebody that has nothing. Because
at that point you really just should get the fuck out from the battlefield and nothing else.
Oh yeah. What are we talking about again?
I started throwing shit at AK as a platform.
I see. Hang on. So in America, hunting seasons also have requirements. So there's like a bow season, and then there's less people doing it. That's pretty cool.
That's mostly for entertainment.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it's useless,
but that's still interesting. I didn't know that.
It is absolutely, yeah.
I think that's a really interesting, and not even just a thing about keeping like an old art form alive, but I think that's a cool way of limiting overhunting and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just to explain where I am coming from saying this stuff, I only have practicality in mind. Entertainment absolutely is not part of the discussion. That for entertainment you can do whatever you want.
I still like learning things though. I didn't know that there was like hunting season specifically for bows, which is really interesting to me.
I didn't know either, but that's every state has different laws, I imagine, and knowing all of it, that must be extremely cool.
There is someone out there that knows like every state law, and that somebody has no friends.
You were playing a game, weren't you?
Yeah, I paused to read it.
And looks at it. A moment passes.
Which school do you subscribe to? Mambo?
I mean, when the war in Ukraine started, a lot of people were laughing at Russia for deploying troops with World War II bolt-action Mosin Nagant rifles.
I mean, I feel that when you're wait, hang on, wait, is this for the new war? Sorry, in Ukraine.
Yeah, the current one. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Just so I have my point right, I was gonna say, here's the thing: if a country was like defending, see that, have fun. I'll say if somebody was defending their country with whatever they had, I totally get it. When you're the invading force, it is embarrassing.
Absolutely, that's why Ukraine gets away gets away with also using a lot of ragtag nonsense, outdated shit.
Yeah, I feel like
Whereas-
when you're scrambling to defend your nation or whatever, it's like, yeah, you work with whatever you have. When you planned this shit in advance, you're like, why? What the fuck are you doing?
Hangovers do give officers superpowers. Many drink only to receive the gift.
There is no gift. It must be repeated. There is no gift. It is meant as obvious sarcasm. Do not ask what the gift is.
It is good to have a paradetective in a labor dispute. I can see why
Kim's just like, you fucking idiot.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting for too long.
Wow, that was fucking bad play on my part. Shit.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
I thought we were meant to ask him about the case. Yeah. Click on Kim and ask him about the case. I thought we did. That's what I wanted to do.
Yes?
Oh!
What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Okay, there we go.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged. During that time, the victim had been stripped. A security guard or worker of some sort hired.
That's what I wanted to ask. There it is.
This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Oh.
They didn't identify. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen. That's right. Good.
Right then.
Alright then.
I need to use the radio. I've got a couple of people to talk to.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Third officer, what's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her. No question about it.
Ask her out, Christ's sake. Hey, do you wanna have fuck? So
Ask her if she saw your badge and the gun.
I do want to do that, but I want to wait to. Hang on. Just go down the list.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse. No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. Well, tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. Clogging it completely.
Ah, thank God, we're a man of culture.
Clogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork. I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real police will have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things. Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
Oh no!
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off. When you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals there.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
I'm not mad, it's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall.
Oh my God!
Screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard. I really do. No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
I mean, no promises, but, you know, we'll
Yeah,
accept
it's-
the task, you know.
I mean, I can promise I won't pull out my gun, because I lost it.
Wordless. The
I mean, I still don't have my gun, it's lost.
already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with?
Oh, I found out that we pawned that gun off, by the way. I don't know if you were there for that.
It was implied in the discussion too, but no, I wasn't.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook. Hey, so we've been monitoring you, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Oh, you know, Apocalypse. Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop. Liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Wait, did I level up again? I did. Oh! Yeah. I need to talk to Kim.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that then.
Okay, and I need to go.
Yeah, have fun, Red.
Yep, hopefully I won't lose my gun.
Don't pawn it. You know how expensive they are.
Yeah. Okay, see ya.
See you later.
Can I help you?
Wait,
What? But what about the bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. Why didn't she just tell me that? I don't care about stuffed birds. I care about my employees. All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me? Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...? Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together.
Thanks, Cam. You're a good, impartial buddy.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure? Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Oh shit. Wait, what's happening? How do I get to the pawn shop? I thought it was down there. What? What?
Greetings on this fine night. The pawn shop is always open.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. I've had to to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup, I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early death. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
I want to thank Kim, but at the same time, I feel like we're running out of time, so I want to pay this off and then.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Yes?
Right, we seem to have done pretty well. Relatively speaking, anyway, I should say.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, we're back in a sec, because I was hoping to end it there, but I really need to go to the loo, so just give me a minute. Right then, let's wrap this up. I feel that for the first day it's not gone the worst.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. In addition, we got that body down from the tree, and we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something, but it's up to the boys in processing now. We did perform a thorough search of the crime scene. That's great. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean. Including Evrard Claire, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
he's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
Well, we will have to work through that. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. Moving on. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. Yes, the last time was 4 years ago. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. The coalition government and the moral intern, more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous. Something even a little feminine. But in a strict manner.
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Do you? We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like so far my intellect has been fine because there's not really anything that I've failed on. And I feel like I want to be quite a reactionary character, so I don't really that interested in these yet. Probably will be later. I kind of think I want to beef up some of my lower points. I put a point into empathy. I feel fine with that. Might leave it a minute.
Yes?
mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Well, at least we managed to not sleep in a fucking dumpster.
Your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Okay. What the fuck is happening?
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the actor's wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
I don't like the limbic system. He's scary.
Good going, buddy. Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. Suit yourself. Slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned.
got some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep. I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to.
The lieutenant is downplaying his contribution. He got up before sunrise to get this done, and now he's quite pleased with himself for taking care of the gruesome business so efficiently.
The Union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love... Yes?
How can it... What? But it's there. It says to talk to him. What? Ask God if he knows how the victim's clothes got in the trash. But...
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes. That door. Sure. No, I don't. Or some boring...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference.
Fine. So, I haven't Yes?
Okay.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad... Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
You can't go around forever short feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast...
I like this lady. We'll help her if we can, because she's pretty sound.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodea. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting...
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
To be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of gnome of Jeroma, would you?
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Establishment. I thought so.
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
Interesting. Maybe the phasmid made the teenagers make out.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries even. Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. It's not strange, it's inconvenient. Who told you that? Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. The door does not budge. A challenge. The steel doesn't even tremble. Now you're hanging from the handle. The door remains immobile. Okay, it was a challenge. And you... What? The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return. Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow arched.
Horse need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too. And he looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
How do I open this door then?
You see a heavy steel door. The cobalt, it leads to a side.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you Morrowington lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Obviously, I'm a lawyer. A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right. Boot size 44.
That was 44, right, wasn't it?
His 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size.
I hope the game fucking remembers all this shit, because I sure as shit didn't.
Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41. With the light step.
I thought we were missing someone. I was like, there's 3 at that table. Just glossed over him, but okay.
With a rat face. Mean, watery eyes. And 2 front teeth missing. In the middle. Heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size.
Fat Angus! Oh my god!
Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add 20. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck. Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
I can't level up strength anymore.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them?
I mean, we only have 1 gun, and we could still kill 5 of them.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does? You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's all on us. Evrard runs the Union. I run the Hardy Boys.
When the shit starts spinning, it will not land on Mr. Clare. That's the deal here. The Fixer will ignore the notion completely.
Yeah, but I was hoping that he would admit that he's in charge, and he did.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man. You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No, I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grab one of ours mid-karaoke.
The eighth member?
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young.
Oh,
Gets
no.
into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
Ha!
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions.
So they didn't kill him, or they were involved, but not the actual, right?
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
My fucking elbow copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details. Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned.
See, I'm happy I won that one, but I fucking succeeded at 58%, but lost at 72% earlier. God damn it!
This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there. Tomato juice? Just tomato juice? A non-alcoholic tomato juice? What's the point of that?
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night.
Like what, copper? How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets.
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Yeah, okay. We got a lot out of that, though, I feel. Like, that felt like a success to a degree.
Yes? Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
He simply nods.
What next? We've got to talk to the woman on the phone.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the...
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up.
I do remember as well, we're going to turn the lights on to read out whatever for information.
And the engine of the Caprice Canada comes to life with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer, in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime, two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
All of them worse than here. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter.
So we're actually not as awful as we think. We just obviously have a serious drinking problem.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Nope. Sorry, wrong button. Oh! That's way better.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint just relax.
Yay!
The 2 sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee, slowly. The slides snap back into place.
There we go, that was at least a useful thing for interfacing that I put a point into.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
I wonder if that's going to be relevant later.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. It smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavored. A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti.
Of course it fucking does.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please. Your hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head.
Oh dear.
Everything around
Oh
you
no,
gets
what have I
dark.
done?
Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No. Hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, he said.
Oh shit, how much time we're gonna lose. What?
There is nothing again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you.
What the fuck's happening?
There. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing.
Oh, I hate the limbic system.
Emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
The call when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Your name is fuck all.
It certainly ain't Harry. Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing. Don't prod at it. It will start moving again. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules. No. Someone is breathing on your face now.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Oh, we didn't lose that much time.
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened? That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your health slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
What does it do, though? Like, what does it give me?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With
Okay.
inside, you see a set.
Right, we need to find out about those serial numbers.
Phone, a pull-out toolbox, and
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
a suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though. Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then. 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The white suede feels luxurious under the as you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch, labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Alright, we've done a lot, I think. So I gotta ring back again tomorrow. Gotta ask Renee about the photo. Yeah. It won't let me talk to fucking God. Oh yeah, okay. Before we finish, let's do one more thing that I wanted to do. Right, well, I can't do that. I thought I can get in there maybe to find the thing about the drugs, but we can't do anything about that. And we're going to talk to this guy, I believe.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. The little boy had it good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way.
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I knew this man was a commie. And it's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is, and what they're fighting for. This is interesting. Ask him about the Hardy Boys.
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition. attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Should I...
Hey. Psst. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too? This conversation isn't really about love. Try to keep up, okay? This is about the communism you've promised to build. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted. Is that true? You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie.
No, I
eat
don't.
the rich. Sodomize the landowners. Impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets. Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
No, fuck off.
Very well. I guess no one will build communism. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society.
Yeah, we're not building communism. I'm not that stupid. Fuck off.
Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No. I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then. Lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
Yeah, we are not a communist. We are not evil. We might have issues, but we're not like that stupid. I don't know what to say. Right then, I think I'm going to stop. But anyone, thanks for watching. I will be continuing this game, as I'm hoping that you can see I really, really dig it.